I guess that's a good thing. I don't know about number 7 that much. Hi guys, so this morning I got this mail from USCIS and it came through priority mail envelope, as you can see here. I think it is a green card because I can kind of feel the card inside. So today I want to unbox it together and talk about things that could change after you get green card. If you've been following my immigration journey, then you might probably know that this process with USCIS has been really long. So I've been waiting very patiently to get this green card because I cannot go back to my home country to see my friends and family. So I'm so excited to unbox it today. So there are actually a few things in here. The first thing that I see is this Welcome to the United States pamphlet, and it basically gives information about the permanent residence, your right, your responsibilities and things like that. Very official and very government vibes. And honestly, I hope I don't have to deal with USCIS anymore. I might have to after like 10 years later because you know, green card also need renewal after 10 years. But we'll see about that because we have an option to apply for citizenship. Now we're coming to the exciting part. Here's the card. I cannot show this card up front because there's some confidential information that I want to hide. But basically, this is the card. In my card, there are a lot of my information, my full name, my USCIS number, my category, my date of birth, my country of birth, and the expiration date. So this green card process was very different from O1 visa process. Basically, when I applied for O1 visa before, it was mostly like interviews and compiling my documents. But for green card, it felt way more intense and also detailed. First, I would need to do the full medical exam. So I went to see a doctor in LA, K-Town. And it was not like a simple checkup. They checked everything like my vaccination records. Also, they did blood tests. There was also a biometrics appointment. So it's also called as fingerprinting day. So I went to the USCIS office in Seattle. They scanned all of my fingerprints digitally. They also took my photos, so it felt very official, almost like I was in a movie scene or something like that. Everyone was very quiet and very organized and very government energy. And I heard that Seattle's USCIS office is way more chill than LA office. After the biometrics day, it was basically a long waiting. And honestly, the waiting part was like the hardest part when I applied for green card. I checked my case status online every once in a week and wondering if something was missing, hoping there wouldn't be a RFE. RFE also stands for Request of Evidence. So holding this green card here feels really surreal and also like the end of a very long chapter.
When we got married and we went in to, get his green card, they gave us the hardest time in the world. That guy was staring at us. He said, "You've kept your name?" Well, yeah, because I'm an actress. He's like, "Oh, really?" And so, have you been in anything that I would have seen? I started getting nervous, and I said, "Well, I'm on a TV show that." He said, "Oh, really? Well, what's that called?" I said, well, it's called Friends. And he's like, oh, really? You're on Friends? And who do you play?
What?
I said, well, I play, the character's name is Phoebe. And he went,
Oh, yeah, really?
So now I want to talk about the benefits of having green card and things that change after you get green card. So the first one is I'm not temporary anymore. When you leave on a visa, your life feels like it has an expiration date. For my case, I was with F1 visa, which is student visa at first, and then I moved to O1B visa, and always I check the expiration date on my visa paper, wondering what would happen next. And also I hesitate to sign long leases when renting my new home. I think carefully before changing jobs, and I measure the risk very differently from friends who have citizenship. And for the first time, I can plan long-term like career moves, buying a new home or investing, maybe even raising a family. That mental shift is pretty powerful. Number 2, I'm officially on a path to citizenship. So after 5 years of getting green card, you are eligible to apply for citizenship. And that means I can get US passport, the voting rights, and there will be no more immigration renewals. Because as I told you, even if you have a green card, you need renewal after 10 years. The last one is stronger protection from losing status. But I think this number 2 for Koreans, especially, these steps requires very careful thoughts because South Korea dual citizenship rules are very nuanced, and some people may not want to lose their Korean citizenship, especially if they have a property or family or long-term plans in Korea. So I think this one is pretty tricky one. I've also seen some friends who completed the military services back in Korea and they don't want to give up their nationality for that reason. So I'm not sure about number 2. Number 3, my job is no longer tied to my legal status. So on work visas like H-1B visa or company-based O1 visa, your employer is just directly connected to your right to stay. So quitting a job isn't just like a career move, it's basically an immigration decision. So that changes how boldly you negotiate your employer. You can also confidently speak up when you're applying job or explore new opportunities. And also I can start doing freelancing or start my own business, which means I'm working from a choice. And that feels kind of different. Number 4 is travel is easier than before. So before, whenever I travel back to my home country or travel to another country, it meant anxiety, especially because of the re-entry. And a few of my Asian friends also felt fear when going back to their home country and coming back, especially because of the visa stamping point, because they would concern what if something go wrong in airport. And now I don't need visa stamping to return, so that's a relief. But it's not a complete freedom. If I stay outside the US more than 6 months, I might face questioning. If I stay more than a year without re-entry permit, it could look like I abandoned the residency. So I should be really careful about living outside more than 6 months. Number 5, financial stability feels different. So this one is subtle one, I guess, but also a real one because banks treat permanence differently. Also, landlord treat permanence differently. So I'm also very much looking to buying a new home this year. So this could matter to me because it becomes easier to qualify for a mortgage. I can access to long-term loans and build a strong credit with banks. Number 6, educational benefits. So green card holders can qualify for in-state tuition. And what that means is there will be no more international students tuition rates. And I know that international students pay double or triple more than what residents pay. And when I went to USC, people often call USC as a university of spoiled children because we have so many international students at school. So this really makes a huge difference for college or grad school students because we can access to state financial aid. Also, going to grad school, MBA, medical school, law school becomes more affordable. Number 7, financial flexibilities and overseas transfers. So as a permanent resident, I'll be able to transfer my money abroad without status limitation. So this freedom makes long-term financial planning much smoother. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know about number 7 that much because I don't usually transfer money abroad. So I'm not applicable to that, but we'll see. Thank you so much for being part of my immigration journey. And if you have any questions about my process, my timelines, or general questions about navigating the US visa system, just drop them in the comments. I'm not an immigration lawyer, but I am somehow visa expert and also green card expert, so I'll make sure to answer them all. And if you're currently going through the US immigration process, I'm sending you all the good luck and patience along the way. All I want to say is don't lose hope. Your day will come too. And I feel you and I know how stressful it can be when you're going through the immigration, so don't lose hope. And thank you so much for watching my videos and I'll see you in the next time. Bye.